What's up, guys? So we have a trade in the NFL today. So Geno Smith of the Seattle Seahawks is going to be going to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are trading for Smith for third-round picks. All they had to give up for him. He is I believe he's 33, 34 years old, so he is a veteran quarterback in the league at this point. But looks like the Raiders, are making moves to try to compete this year, Bryson. So as we know, Geno Smith had a fairly productive year this past season. The one issue with him is he likes to get a little bit reckless with that ball, right? He throws a lot of interceptions, but he also throws for a lot of yards. He's almost Jameis Winston-like in that aspect. But yeah, he's going to the Vegas Raiders. He's going to reunite with Pete Carroll out there. So Pete bringing in a former Seattle guy.
Now, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think the Raiders could have traded more to the Seahawks?
Do you think, or are you asking if Seattle could have got more for him?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's probably pretty fitting because Geno Smith, he's always been kind of that. He's never. I mean, initially when he was first drafted, he might have been looked at with, I believe it was with the Jets, as a franchise guy. But at this point, he's not, especially at his age, right? But he is the guy that's serviceable. You can plug him in there for a team that's looking to compete. And Vegas obviously thinks they can compete this year because they did give up a third-round pick in this year's draft for him. This is an interesting one for me though. So where does Vegas go with their sixth pick now in the first round, right? So initially my thought was, they're going to have to rebuild, go after that franchise quarterback. But, after that Max Crosby trade, or not trade, but the Max Crosby deal, and now the Geno Smith trade that tells me they're trying to compete in the 2025 season. So, where do they go with that pick? Do they take the running back from Boise? Maybe. Do they take one of the wide receivers like McMillan from Arizona? Possibly. They have Brock Bowers there, but they're certainly, after Devontae Adams left, they're going to need additional help with their wide receivers. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with their sixth pick this year. Now,
If I had to guess what they would do with it, I think they would get that McMillan guy.
Yeah, go after that big receiver from Arizona. I believe he's 6'4", like 215. So he's got a big body. He's certainly I think, for me, he's probably the top rated wide receiver in this year's draft class. So it would be a great pick for him. He'd instantly be, the number one in Vegas for Geno Smith. But quick snapshot of Geno's season. So he graded out an 82.5, passer grade 81.9. He did have 21 touchdown passes. He was hurt throughout the season, especially towards the end there, and 4,300 yards. So fantastic. Like I said, he throws for a ton of yards, but the concerning thing is the interceptions. So he had 21 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. So that's not great. You'd like to see a little bit, 30 plus to the 15, but 15 is quite a few interceptions. He's a little bit reckless with the ball. But he's going to move it for you at times too. So Raiders going to have to find him help. Brock Bowers will be great for him, but they're also going to have to address that wide receiver position and possibly running back position if they're planning to compete, which, the recent moves show that they are in the 2025 season, Bryson. So, as always, Bryson,
It's go, Pat, go.